Essex Police, what's your emergency or report? Hello, this is Dr. Caroline Hughes, GP for John and Lois McCullough in Great Badder. I haven't seen either of them in person since mid-2019.
This is the story of how Virginia McCullough lived with her parents' bodies for 4 years, after killing them in cold blood.
I did know that this would kind of come eventually. It's proper that I serve my punishment. So, yeah.
John McCullough was a retired business studies lecturer at Anglia Ruskin University. His wife, Lois, was a homemaker. They lived a modest life in Essex with their youngest daughter, Virginia. Virginia was intelligent but isolated. No job, no friends, no social life, just a quiet existence behind closed doors. Before murdering her parents, Virginia had been living rent-free and taking advantage of their good hearts. In their minds, she was working hard to become an artist, but in reality, she was deep in debt and accruing large charges on her parents' credit cards. She forged letters to trick them into thinking they had lost money through scams, when, in reality, she was taking their money.
That's the second one. I slipped 5 of those into his drink. There were about 2 or 3 drinks that I brought downstairs. And yeah, they were basically, he didn't drink all of them. He only drank probably about half of 2. But yeah, when I went in the morning, this was before my mother.
In June 2019, Virginia crushed a cocktail of sedatives into her father's whiskey, diazepam, clonazepam, and others, slowly poisoning him. Her father slumps. The room is silent. After his death, she waited until morning. When her mother entered the kitchen, Virginia struck her with a hammer, then stabbed her in the chest.
Where we find your mum?
Okay, so upstairs there were about 5 wardrobes.
Yep.
It's behind the bed at the back next to the sink. That's the second one.
She sealed her father's body in the study with plastic sheets and furniture. Her mother's she shoved into a wardrobe upstairs, wrapped in a sleeping bag. And then she simply carried on. Over 4 years, Virginia created an elaborate lie, forging emails, sending fake birthday cards, even calling doctors pretending to be her mother.
I haven't seen either of them in person since mid-2019. Their daughter, Virginia, has been in contact. She's repeatedly told me they are unwell, too frail for appointments. But every time we try to arrange a home visit, she cancels last minute.
She stole over 40,000 pounds, gambled away more than 20,000 pounds, all while living under the same roof as her parents' decaying bodies. Neighbors assumed the McCulloughs had simply grown old in silence. In truth, they had been silenced by their own daughter. For 4 years, no one asked. No one knew, until one GP finally picked up the phone. Justice took 4 years to knock on the door. She pled guilty to both murders. The judge described it as a grotesque betrayal of trust. You think more of money than you do of humanity, he told her. She was sentenced to life, with a minimum of 36 years behind bars.